Hi, I'm Emma Porter and I'm Managing Director at Story Contracting. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the careers available in the construction division at Story and a little bit about the kind of things that employers might look for in an employee. So in construction, of course, there are the traditional site-based roles, things like joiners, bricklayers, general operatives on site, the site manager, an engineer. But of course, matching that are roles like quantity surveyors who, in brief, keep track of how much work has been done on site. The estimators will price work and try and win it and get as close to what the right price is so that we win work. The buyers are involved in placing orders for material, but not just buying it, but making sure it's from the right supplier and the right quality at the right time and the right reliability. Then, of course, we have support roles like HR business partners or marketing or health and safety support, which of course is massively important in construction, environmental support, financial teams. I think it's true to say that for most industries, there are a lot of careers beyond just the ones that you see on the surface and that you're aware about when you're at school. And it's worthwhile if you're interested in a particular career, taking the time to learn a little bit more about it and think about what your interests are. I think you're generally going to be good at something if you're interested in it. It's a good chance to try and pick something that suits what you like. There's great resources out there online, so websites like Go Construct are very good, but also asking people for their advice and opinion goes an awfully long way, and generally you'll find people are really quite willing to give you some advice. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the type of things that employers look for in an employee. Now, often it's easy to think that qualifications and experience are all that matters, and of course they do matter, but they are not all that matters. I wanted to go through a list of some of the things that really matter that are not either qualifications or experience. So the first one is just having good manners and being punctual, saying please and thank you, arriving on time, smiling and being approachable and pleasant and positive. That is a good start for an interview or for any meeting with the potential employer or with anyone actually in the world. The second one is a willingness to learn new things and to take feedback and criticism as constructive and learn from it, and take failure as something that you can learn from. Quite often at the moment, employers talk about how young people are not very resilient and they don't take criticism very well and they take it really hard. And I think it's really important to understand that criticism feedback is really valuable. It's useful. You need to know if you're doing something wrong. If no one tells you and you don't learn, that's a problem. If someone tells you that's not good enough, that is a gift. And learning how to take feedback well and how to get up from a failure is a really important skill and is just so valuable. I think having self-respect and self-motivation is huge, like really kind of an interest and a passion in something and doing your best and really trying goes an awful long way. If in my team, if someone makes a mistake, but I know that they've really done their best and they've done everything they could, that's fine so long as we learn from it. Being trustworthy, of course, and working hard is not rocket science, but it makes such a difference. And I think just realizing that all of these things maybe sound obvious, but they're vital. Having a good work ethic and a good attitude and turning up and caring and trying hard, I think goes such a long way. There's a saying that the way you do anything is the way you do everything, and I think that's kind of true. I've had jobs that have been cleaning apartments, or I worked in a fish and chip shop and waitressing, and I worked just as hard at them. I cared and worked hard as I have at any job. And so I think bringing that kind of an attitude, really just smashing whatever it is you're doing and being keen to learn and to grow goes an awful long way. And that's within everybody's gift to do that. So I hope that's been useful. I'm happy to take any more questions if there's anything specific anybody wants to know. So thank you. Bye.
Hello, my name is Billy Stafford and I'm currently a trainee civil engineer for Story Contracting, and in this video I'm going to give you advice on how to get a job in the construction industry and tell you a little bit about my path and how I got to where I am today. So 3 years ago I lost my job. I didn't have any qualifications or a trade behind me and I wasn't really in a good place. I didn't think anyone was ever going to employ me ever again and my confidence was at a low. I thought I've ruined all chances of making anything of myself in life. But coming together with Inspirer, they helped me a lot. They helped me attain my CSCS card, which allows you to work on building sites, and they also got me involved with a work experience scheme with Stories, where I did 2 weeks work experience on a building site as a ground worker. These 2 weeks with Stories did me a lot of good. I gained my confidence back, and I realised if I put a lot of the effort in and show I am keen to learn, I could possibly get a job at the end of it. And that's the biggest advice I could give anyone who wants a job in the construction. Having the right attitude and being keen to learn will take you a lot further than someone who has straight A's from school. You can have all the grades in the world, but if you don't have the right attitude, then they don't mean anything. From just those 2 weeks working on a building site and showing I did have the right attitude, by turning in on time and showing I was keen to learn, it opened a lot of doors for me. Within a couple of days, I had a phone call from a bricklayer on site asking me if I wanted a job, so I took the opportunity to labour to him for a couple of months until I did get an offer off Stories to be a ground worker. I've been with Stories now just over 2 years and they've given me many opportunities to really help me develop as a person, in and out of work. They've allowed me to develop my career even further with the support and belief to become a trainee civil engineer. In the construction industry, if you show you're willing to learn and commit to the job, you will get opportunities to better yourself. And that's another thing I would highly recommend, to take those opportunities. Don't ever think it's too late, don't ever think you can't do it, because you never know unless you do try.